welcome back to my channel. Today's video is so exciting. It is my very first bump date, y'all. We have been on a long TTC journey of 4 years. We've been through 2 losses and I'm finally pregnant again and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. You guys are so excited. We have been just overwhelmed with all of the love and support you guys have shown us since we announced earlier this week. You guys have just been the best. Like, the comments have made me so emotional and I was like, see, this is why y'all my family. I told y'all we are family and we're here now. I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey with me. I plan on enjoying every single minute of it, okay? Every single minute. Everybody keeps asking me, like, what are my plans for a baby shower, my birth plan, a gender reveal, do I want to know the gender, all these questions, and I'm like, I'm still trying to get my mind wrapped around what has happened because you guys know we were taking a break from trying to conceive this month and it happened. Soon I'll have the video up of like what we did this month, more details about what kind of happened. I'll go into deeper detail with that because I do know I did get positive ovulation tests. And I only check ovulation because I started having symptoms of ovulation and I was just like, is this ovulation? So I checked it and it was positive. I'll go into deeper detail about that later on, but for now I want to thank you guys so much for all of your support. To all of my new subscribers, welcome to the channel, welcome to the family. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys are joining us on this ride. It's been a long road, but we're here now and we're celebrating. So notes, I wrote down some notes so that I can stay on track for 1, and 2, pregnancy brain is real. I wasn't really expecting that. I hear a lot of people say it, but I've been forgetting things. Especially yesterday. Yesterday is when it really hit me and I felt like a crazy person because I could not remember stuff and it was tripping me out. So last night I sat down, I wrote down some notes just to keep myself on track, make sure I'm filling you guys in on all the things because you guys have a whole lot of questions. So far for my, I guess, 3.5 4 week of pregnancy, because I did find out I was pregnant around, it was either 9 or 10 DPO. I'm not exactly sure when I really ovulated because I wasn't really tracking things like that, but it was around 9 or 10 DPO of when I actually found out I was pregnant. So today I am officially 4 weeks 6 days, so I'll be 5 weeks tomorrow when you guys are seeing this video. So on Fridays, when I used to do my Fertility Friday videos, it's now gonna be bump dates because that's when the new week turns over. So I hope that's okay with you guys. So the reaction videos, I want to touch on my reaction video and my husband reaction videos. If you haven't saw those videos, I'll make sure I link them in the iCards above. But I was all over the place. Clearly I was emotional. It was like a wave of emotions where I was crying and then I would stop and then I would cry again and then I would stop. And that video, I got it down to 9 minutes, you guys, but that video was about 30 minutes long of, oh my God, Lord, I thank you, crying, stopping. Like, it was just so many emotions. I couldn't get a good cry out. Like, it was just so crazy. It was a weird feeling, but I got it done. For my husband's reaction, I'm not exactly sure why he thought I was joking when he saw the pregnancy test. I'm not a prankster. I don't play jokes and games and, you know, pranks on people. I've never been that type. So I'm not sure why he thought. I don't know if he just used to seeing so many negatives that it was just kind of like we just knew that whenever we did conceive, it would have to be through fertility treatments, and so that's what our minds were conditioned to believe, and God showed us different. And yeah, that's what happened. So I was like, why did you think that I would play about something like this? This is too serious to joke about. And I don't like when people do April Fool's jokes of pregnancy tests and stuff like that because it's triggering for people and it's not funny. But you guys seem to really enjoy his reaction and his laugh. A lot of people are commenting about the way he was laughing and all his F-bombs. First thing that I have on my list of things to talk to you guys about are the app. A lot of you have let me know that you guys are pregnant too. You can leave me some app suggestions down in in the comment section. But I'm just going to go over some apps that I've downloaded so far. I decided to just download a few, try them out, see which ones I like best. Before, I was using Glow and Ovia, and I like them for 2 different reasons. So I use them for 2 different reasons. I like the community section of the Glow and Now Nurture app, but I like the way Ovia keeps track of your symptoms and notes and all that stuff, and I like the tips on it too. So I have the Ovia pregnancy app, I have Pregnancy Plus, Nurture, which is Glow. I've downloaded the What to Expect yesterday. I haven't played around with it. I've also downloaded Baby Center, and I downloaded Tootsie, which is like an app for taking bump date pictures and stuff. And then today I also downloaded Expectful. I also put Expectful on my Instagram to see if anybody else had started using it, and somebody did write me, and she's been using it and she loves it so far. But it's a meditation app just to kind of help you meditate, stay calm through this process, and connect with your baby. So I'm looking forward to trying this out tonight. I just downloaded it today. Those are the apps so far that I've downloaded that I'm trying out. If you have some favorites, please let me know so I can check them out and maybe I might like them too. So first, I'll talk about my symptoms that I've experienced in the 4th week of pregnancy, because leading up to the 4th week I didn't have any symptoms at all, which is why I didn't really believe that I would be pregnant. So for my symptoms, I have them listed. The number 1 symptom that I've had consistently every single day is gas. Gas, 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 gas. Y'all, this gas has had me up at night, waking up in the middle of the night, like gas pains in my sides, across my stomach and my back, like everywhere. The gas has been off the chain, okay? I have been lighting it up around here. Dion was like, let it go, let it ride. I was like, you just gonna have to get all of this, because listen, he gets me from time to time and I guess it's payback. But I have been having so much gas, it is insane. Like the gas is so crazy. It's not even like I can feel it coming and I can catch it and like hold it if I'm in public. It just does what it wants to do. It just releases on its own. So yeah, the gas is insane. I've been bloated. I've been very bloated. The bloat is getting a lot better though. Lower back ache is something that has been pretty consistent. It's getting better now that I'm leaving the 4th week. Hopefully it gets better going forward, but it was bad, really, really bad. And I was like, oh my God, my lower back is hurting. I read my lower back and my spine, the center of my spine hurt. And what I read is that your body, once you get pregnant, your body releases this hormone called relaxin that relaxes your tendons and ligaments and stuff like that. And it's supposed to help with everything stretching, your uterus stretching and stuff over time. Indigestion. So I don't have this all the time, but I've had it over the past week. I've had it a few times when I've eaten certain things like oatmeal. I used to eat oatmeal every single day, especially throughout this month. Last month I was eating oatmeal almost every day for breakfast, and I had it on the day that I turned 4 weeks, last Friday, and my stomach got so upset, and I was, oh no, it was Thursday so I was 3 weeks and 6 days, and that's the first time I experienced it. And then I had it again when I went to Buffalo Wild Wings over the weekend. I don't know, I've had it a few times, just upset stomach indigestion, where my stomach just kind of felt sour, upset. I didn't really get nauseous, but I did eat crackers and ginger ale to help settle my stomach, because I didn't have a desire to eat anything else. And that's another thing, I've lost weight from the Monday that I found out to this week on Monday. I lost 6 pounds. I've been sleepy. It's kind of died down, but I've had a few days where it was like I had no control over my eyelids, and I was just falling asleep. Like I wake up and I've been just knocked out. And so yeah, it's gotten a little bit better. I do, I can take a nap and still go to bed at a decent hour and stuff, but my sleeping habits have definitely changed. Before, I could not wake up with one alarm in the morning, and now apparently a morning person. And I was never a morning person ever in my life, and anybody in my family can tell you that. I'm not a morning person. I sleep to the afternoon if I can. My skin is clear and smooth. It wasn't that bad to begin with, but I still had like a little bit of texture. Not much though, because I've been using Caudalie products. If you follow me on Instagram, in my stories I've talked about it, but my skin is like smooth. It's like different skin almost. It's so crazy. My skin just is clear and I like it. Headaches, I've had maybe 2 bad headaches and I've gotten over them clearly. Diarrhea, I've had a few days of diarrhea. I'm not sure if this is due to pregnancy or if it's due to medication, which I'll get to in a minute, go over the medication that I'm taking. Nausea really throughout the 4th week, it was coming in like short, quick waves, but it was very mild. It was almost like, what is that? Almost, I don't know, it was weird. But today was my first day experiencing nausea where I'm very uncomfortable for a longer period of time, where it was like a few hours, which will lead me to my new favorites, these ginger candies. This is the zesty lemon flavor. My friend Courtney, she told me about these, helping her get through her pregnancy, and I took a couple and I'm feeling much better right now. I had to sit down and just kind of let it pass. Between that, this ginger candy and water, it helped me get through the nausea I experienced today because I was struggling and it was hot today. Cramping was something that I experienced at the end of the 3rd week. In the beginning half of the 4th week, I experienced cramping, but it was like intermittent cramping. It wasn't anything consistent. It was just, I'll feel a little bit, then it'll be over, feel a little bit, then it'll be over. But it was like maybe a few times throughout the day, but nothing that lasted too long. I did experience some cramping more on my right side, but because I have PCOS and I've been through fertility treatment, I know what it feels like in my body when my ovary is enlarged, when I'm on fertility meds and they have made lots of follicles. But I also know what it feels like when I have an enlarged cyst on my ovary, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I had some cramping due to that cyst. It was causing me a little bit of pain. Hot flashes have definitely been a thing. That was in the beginning of the 4th week. I experienced some hot flashes, not too much now. I experienced one today, but they've kind of gone away as the week has progressed. Frequent urination, that is a thing. It wasn't so bad, but I'm drinking a lot of water anyway, but I just feel like I'm going and going and going and going. And so my goal is to finish the majority of my water in the earlier half of the day, so I'm not up at night using the bathroom so much or having to hold it at night. Emotional. Yesterday I'm not a crier. I'm not a super emotional person at all. I am not a big crier. But yesterday I got so emotional dealing with the OB department at the hospital that I may have to go to. Hopefully not. I'll talk about it later. I'm part of TRICARE. It's already a mess, y'all. But I had a moment with the nurse, and when I got off the phone, I called my mom and I was just crying to her. And I was just so emotional. And then I got off the phone with her and I was still crying. I was crying too, because I'm like, I can't control my crying, and I didn't let somebody make me cry. Now I want to punch her in the face because I'm crying. It was just a day yesterday. Also yesterday, something new happened. Was I woke up with a new nose and I could smell everything. Like, I can smell everything. It was like something opened up my nostrils, and now there's a new world that I'm experiencing. It's the craziest thing. I went to the dentist and it just felt like the walls were closing in on me because it was so many scents from everybody's cologne and perfume. And my dentist office has like a little kids theater, and I went and sat in there by myself to get away from all the adults because they smelled crazy. One of the first symptoms that I had that I should have known was my gag reflexes. My gag reflexes are bad anyway, but I can brush the back of my throat or the back of my tongue and stuff when I brush my teeth with no problem on a regular day. But the day that we left to go to Detroit, I was brushing my teeth that morning and my gag reflexes were so bad I gagged and threw up like bowel. I never throw up, and when I gag, usually nothing ever comes up with it, but that day it did. So that's a thing. I just have to be a little bit more careful now, so I'm not making myself throw up, but my gag reflexes are a little bit more sensitive. I've never heard anybody talk about that, but it makes sense with the relaxin hormone being active in my system right now. I put down here popping wrists and ankles. Like my neck is popping a lot, my wrists are popping a lot, my feet, my toes, my ankles, my knees, like everything is popping, and it's so, I feel like an old lady. I feel like an old lady because everything is popping. It's not as bad as it was last week in the 3rd week, but that's also something that I was experiencing before I found out, and I didn't know what was happening. Like all of a sudden, like you could just hear my wrist popping when I would just do something like this, or turning my head, my neck would pop. Like it was just the craziest thing. That relaxin hormone is something else, and that's it that I have for my symptoms. All these symptoms haven't happened every day of the week. Some things, like multiple things, might have happened. Some things are just like very mild, but I just wanted to mention every little thing in case somebody else is experiencing it and just questioning what is happening. Those are some things that I noticed, and some of those things I've never heard other people talk about, so I just wanted to share everything, whether it's mild or strong, so you guys know what my symptoms are. Next, my cravings. I don't know if you guys can see this board here. My friend Courtney is so sweet. As soon as I told her I was pregnant, she went in, she got me this board and some other stuff I'll show you, but she picked out this board, but I don't know if you guys can see that. It says my cravings Panda Express. I have been loving all week long. I've probably had it like 6 times. A Panda Express bowl with teriyaki chicken, mixed vegetable and rice on the bottom of my bowl. It's been my combo. It's been working until the other day, and now I don't want it anymore. I've had enough of it, but it was just so good. It was all I wanted. I got the vegetables with the cabbage, broccoli, and kale, and a little bit of rice, and the teriyaki chicken. It was just so good, and now I don't want it anymore. Today I want tacos. And candy. I had a candy craving in the middle of the night. It wasn't too late, but my husband did have to get up and go get me some candy. I had to fight with him. Did end up going to get me some candy, and all I ate, it was like he got me a bag of Skittles, and I ate like 3 Skittles, and that was enough for me. I don't even want a lot. I just needed to satisfy that craving, but I don't even really want to eat candy. Like I told you guys before in my previous video, that I've been just wanting candy, and I was eating candy like crazy leading up to this, and now I don't really have much interest in it, and I don't really have much interest in salty things either. So I know they say you're either a salt or sweet. Right now I don't really want any, but I can tolerate better than I can with salt, if that makes sense. I don't know. A question that I got was, I believe Tina gave me this question, was how are my dogs responding to pregnancy? They are very clingy. Y'all know my dogs were already around me all the time anyway. When I would be filming videos, you can always hear them throughout the video, but now it's kind of like on 10. My sister's dog, which is the little Chihuahua Brooklyn, she likes to lay on top of my stomach or my pelvis now a lot, or my legs. Like she likes to like physically have her body on top of mine now. Diesel and Marley, my 2 dogs, Diesel is getting attached because at first he didn't really want much to do with me. He just kept staring at me. Marley, my bulldog, the big one, she has always been very attached. She will not calm down at night unless I'm getting in the bed with her. Then she'll calm down, or when I go to bed, she's calm enough to fully go to bed. But she has been like, if I blink too hard and like halfway move, she's already on her feet trying to figure out where we're going. Like I have been tripping over them because they're trying to beat me to my destination. They don't even know where I'm going, but they just are on edge and follow me everywhere now. It's crazy. I wrote down here mental health check-in. So I told you guys at the beginning of the year I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Since finding out I'm pregnant, as you can imagine, my anxiety is heightened. I am staying on top of it. You guys know I was already going to therapy, and I had switched over the summer from every week to every other week, but yesterday I got to surprise my therapist and tell her that I'm pregnant, which caught her all the way off guard. But I am switching back to weekly therapy sessions just to kind of stay ahead of anxiety issues or problems that I may come up with. I've been pretty good at calming myself and like talking myself down like through steps lately. I'm just like, no, everything is fine. We're staying faithful that this one is it. Like, we're gonna take it one day at a time. Stop worrying. Like, I've been pretty good at talking myself down, but my anxiety has heightened. I just want to throw that out there, and I am taking steps to make sure I stay ahead of that so I'm not spiraling out of control. I wanted to also touch on my beta test results. On Tuesday, my beta was 144, and I was 3 weeks 4 days, and at 3 weeks 6 days, my beta more than doubled to 404. So my nurse was happy to see that increase in numbers. She said everything looks good based on that, and she scheduled my first appointment. So my first appointment is already scheduled, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see my baby again. I've already seen it, but I'm so excited to finally like get to take a real good look at my baby. Dion is gonna miss the first appointment, which is a bummer, but it's okay. That appointment is coming up soon, and I'll definitely be vlogging that experience and vlogging what I can. The hospital I go to doesn't really like for you to record, so I'll see what I can get, but I'll definitely be on Instagram that day, so Instagram will know first, and then in a video in my vlog I'll upload to YouTube later. Books and stuff that I'm reading so far. So far, what to expect when you're expecting. This book my friend Courtney brought back to me. I gave this to her last year when she got pregnant. She just had her rainbow baby Riley. She's the cutest thing, but she bought this over to me because I gave it to her last year, and so this is definitely been coming in handy, especially if you're a military spouse. They give you tips on how to, my battery's about to die, but they give you tips on including your partner during deployment, including them in your pregnancy. Courtney also bought me this book, which is The Power of a Praying Mother. I love this. I've already started writing in it. It has a daily prayer for you and a daily prayer for your child, and then there's a section at the bottom of each page where you can write like additional prayer. I love this. I love this. It kind of gives me something to focus on, and I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, the beginning of like a bonding experience. I don't know. I like this though. Courtney also bought me this book. It's Love Letters to My Baby, a guided journal for expectant and new mothers. This is the sweetest thing. It's so sweet, you guys. There's like, it's like questions. I'll go to another page that I haven't written on. I don't even know if you guys can tell, but it might be a little too bright, but there's like little statements I imagine you will look like, and then there's a couple lines for you to write a description of your baby. When I dream about you, you can write out that. So it's pretty much you journaling your whole pregnancy experience, but it's like a little storybook that your baby can keep. It's a keepsake book that they can read when they get older, and you can read back to them from your words and your experience in the wait for them. So I like that. I also have Bump for Joy. This is my new pregnancy journal for myself. This other one will be for baby, but this one is for myself to document this pregnancy. I like this one so far. I used to have the one for my first pregnancy. I had the one with the giraffe. Sophie the giraffe is on it. I used to have that one. It hasn't been updated yet, the one that I saw in Barnes & Noble, and then Dion spotted this one, and I had saw it on Amazon, and I had to have it. So we went to go pick this up, and I love this one too. So those are the books. I'm taking Rainbow Light Prenatal 1 vitamins. I'm taking my vitamin D3. This is Vitafusion. I'm almost out of these. I'm also taking my metformin still. They told me to continue taking my metformin. I take 500 milligrams once a day at night. So I'm taking this, and I believe my body is starting to respond differently to it, which is why I think I was having issues with diarrhea. But I also took a trip to the ER, and I got an antibiotic now, and I've taken what is the antibiotic called? Macrobid. I'm taking Macrobid for 5 days. And between these two, I think they're causing, well actually, I think it's more of this because I had diarrhea before I started the Macrobid. So I think this is causing some diarrhea issues. And then I'm also taking Endometrin. I'm doing one suppository twice a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. This is my progesterone suppository. The nurse told me that I'll probably be taking it at least up to 10 weeks, but possibly through the whole first trimester, which is fine. I just don't like the ones with that you guys stick up with your finger, the little ball ones that I had. I don't like that. So I like that this has a little applicator to it, but this one is a whole lot messier. So panty liners are a must all day long. It's very messy. Something you guys know that I started way back in May for myself to kind of manifest my baby, to get myself in the mind state that it is going to happen for me one day, is the Palmer's Belly Butter. I am still using this one. You guys know I started out with the butter, but during the summer that was a little too much. For the winter, that the butter is better, but for the summer I have continuously used this lotion all over my breast, belly, hips, my back area, whatever. I'm not really concerned about stretch marks. I know they're gonna come. It was just something that I was doing for myself to help myself with manifesting and visualizing like myself being pregnant, or that one day my baby is gonna come. And so it was like, let me treat my skin and prepare myself for it, and now I'm here. So the last thing about myself is I took a trip to the ER this week. Everything is fine. Everything was fine. When I was pregnant before, I had a cyst that was the size of my hand on my right side, and because of that cyst, the tubes that pretty much relieve your bladder or go from your bladder to your urethra, whatever, to exit your body, like to carry your waste out of your body, was getting smashed. And because it was getting smashed due to my cyst, I ended up having a UTI from that because of that bacteria that wasn't able to properly go out with the waste. So the other day I woke up with back pain right up in here where my kidney is on the right side. And so I kind of know those symptoms. In the past, when I did have a UTI, I don't have the symptoms where it burns when you pee, or it smells, or it's cloudy, or anything like that. I just get this back pain. And so I got that the other day, and I was like, oh Lord, something is going on. And then two, I also feel like I have a cyst or something on my right side, and it's giving me a little bit of cramps or whatever. So I just kind of wanted to get that looked at just to make sure. So of course, when I went to the ER, I was just calm. I was like, yeah, I think it might be the start of something. I just want to get it checked because my back is really hurting a lot. It came and then it went away for 2 days, and then it came back that morning, and my back, like this whole side was just killing me. So I was like, let me just go so they can go ahead and treat it, because I don't want no problems. I also told them about the cyst. So once I told them about the cyst, I already knew what they were going to think. Okay, we gotta be concerned about an ectopic pregnancy. I have faith that everything is okay, so I told them, do what y'all gotta do, but everything is fine. The doctor was looking at me like, you know, most people panic, and I was like, nope, I got faith. Everything is fine with me and my baby. Let me take this ultrasound for you. It's gonna be cool for me, especially if there's a sac there already. I get to see it. It's gonna give me more of a peace of mind. I did my urine sample so that they could send that off. I went down to ultrasound. They got me in like right away. There was not even space for me in the back yet at the ER, but they sent me straight to ultrasound. And the ultrasound tech was so sweet. She knew what I was down there for, and I was telling her everything that I had been through, how I've been documenting on YouTube and stuff. And she was so sweet about it. And usually they aren't supposed to like tell you anything or show you anything, but she was like, we didn't talk about this and you ain't seen nothing. But she turned the screen to say, there is your baby. And I was like, oh my God. It was a little teeny sac, and it was like the tiniest little speck. It was almost like a period. It was so tiny, because at that time I was 4 weeks 3 days, 4 weeks 4 days. So usually it's just a sac and you don't really see anything, and I saw the tiniest little speck. So something is growing in there, and I got so happy. I was so excited. Dion was not with me. He was on the ship. I couldn't get in touch with him because he doesn't have cell service. I was at the hospital for 7 hours that day so they can run all kind of tests, do ultrasounds of my kidney, all this stuff. Anyways, nothing came up, and they told me I don't have a UTI, nothing, I didn't test positive for it, but if I know my body, they want to go ahead and start to treat me, because that doesn't mean that it's not the start of something. So that's why they gave me the macro bid, to make sure that they're going ahead and treating me for UTI so that nothing is starting, which is fine with me. I got to see my little baby, my little sack. It was so, I don't know, it wasn't even like I was relieved, because in my mind I had made up that God got me covered, and I'm not worried about anything. I'm doing this for the doctors, and me being able to see it is just a plus. So I wasn't relieved, but I got excited. I was so happy. I was like, oh. So I was like, can you print me a picture? She was like, I can't do that. But she told me where I can go in the hospital to medical records and stuff, and I can go and pick up a picture of it. And I was too busy to get one before I filmed this video, but I'm definitely going to get one. That's how my 4th week of pregnancy has been so far. Let me tell you about baby, which app is going to be best. I'm going to use the Pregnancy Plus one for this video. It may change later on based on like what I like, but I do like the Pregnancy Plus one. I like that you can't hear it, but I like that it plays a sound of what it possibly, like what it sounds like in the womb. And I like that you can move it around and look at it, and it gives you like the information on it. Oh, it jiggles. It gives you like the little speck of the baby this week. It says following implantation, embryonic cells start to differentiate and separate into an embryonic disc and establish 3 primary germ layers. The first layer will form the digestive system, liver, and lungs of your baby. The second layer will form the heart, muscles, kidney, and bones. And the third layer will form the nervous system, hair, skin, and eyes. So I'm 4 weeks and 6 days. Tomorrow I am considered 5 weeks pregnant. So excited. Baby is the size of a little poppy seed, it says, so I guess it makes sense of why it was so tiny. It was so tiny. Growing, it's not in my tubes, it's actually a sac in my uterus, and there was a tiny little speck of a baby in there that I was so excited to see. And I can't wait for my next appointment coming up soon so I can see how it's grown. And I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm glad that we're finally here on a new journey. Oh, I guess the next part is a belly shot. I'm in a dress right now. I'll show you guys what I'm looking like now. The last time I weighed myself, I was 144 pounds. So I'm on my knees on my bed. Maybe this will help if I take this off so you guys can see. I just have a little bloat budge down here so you guys can see. There's nothing much, just regular, just a little bit of bloat down here, especially in the bottom. So this is what it looks like from the side. My camera my camera died. That's the end of this video. Oh, one more thing I didn't mention. According to my app, based on the first day of my last cycle, my expected due date is May 1st, which is so cool because it's so close to my own birthday. So I'm excited about that. But thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for all the support, all the love. I appreciate it. You guys have no idea. I still haven't finished responding to the comments, but I promise I'm gonna be responding to every single comment. It's just a lot of them, and I want to respond to every single person that took time to write me, to congratulate me, send love, whatever. I want to respond to everybody. So I've been taking my time throughout the week because it does make me a bit emotional, so it's a little bit overwhelming, but I appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I'm looking forward to these bump dates. This one is my first one, so it's probably kind of long, but right now my plan is just to do it weekly until I get further along, and then maybe it'll be every other week. I don't know. You guys let me know how you guys would like to see these videos. If you like to see them weekly, bi-weekly, or just at the end of a month time period, so like 4 weeks at a time. You guys let me know. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.